This might be my favorite podcast interview of the day, and I think we're doing about 14 of them. So Mary Kay Garrett is here talking about AI. And if you're what my son calls me, an old head, don't worry about it, because Mary Kay just taught her father, who's 94 years old, very smart guy, but how to work and do AI. So I am so excited about this interview. I just bought 5 or 6 books on Amazon about AI. My son bullied me about it because he said, you could have AI teach you AI. And I said, baby steps, just slow. So I think this is going to be great. You're very, very, very advanced in AI, artificial intelligence. So I think the people that are watching this and find out will hire you as a coach and find out more about AI, but also for the newbies like me and somebody in between like my son. So I'm very excited about this. Big picture with AI, we were just talking off camera where you said it, some of the AI is a little bit plasticky and a little bit not fakey sounding, but pretty dull and boring. But you're saying you can teach it your personality and your ethics and morals and thought processes. So how does that begin?
It's been a journey. I've been using AI now for 2 years, and last year I started using it more and more for my own content. Okay. And I realized it had to be authentic. Or it wasn't going to go out. It had to sound like me. So I started digging into what that means. Honestly, what is authenticity? What makes up our own authenticity?
Absolutely.
Because those are some of the characteristics you can give to whatever AI form you're using. Things like your values, your trauma, if you're someone who's judgment, uses a lot of judgment, what words, neurolinguistics, limiting beliefs.
Wow.
And so it's really what I've created, what I've realized is it's a bringing together of the tech side, the spiritual side, as well as the coaching side.
Wow.
Because it truly is your mirror. I was doing a workshop on Tuesday, and somebody was saying, she's like, well, one of my things I don't like about it is I don't trust AI.
Okay.
And I'm like, so let's take a look at that. What is it you don't trust about it? And as we worked through from a coaching standpoint, she came to the realization that there's a lot in her life she didn't trust, and it was just being mirrored through.
It was her
how
projecting.
She uses AI, so she couldn't be authentic with it because there was this block for her that she was holding back on who she was or how she was showing herself.
Oh, wow. So it's like a little baby psychiatrist in that case.
It is. It can be.
Fascinating. So I think, and I'm just at the infancy journey of AI. Like I said, about those books on Amazon, I'm going to read through those because I'm an old schooly guy and I can see it in print and go through the chapters and it's logical. I'm very OCD, perfectionist type personality. I've worked on it, and maybe AI can help me release some of that, right? Some of that fear and such. So I'll read the books. My son is 21. He's at ASU's Fulton School of Engineering. He uses it all the time. He's very good at it. And so I've told, and asked people like him or like you or another friend of mine that's very good at AI that does marketing, Facebook marketing, Instagram. He's very successful for himself and his first clients. We were out in San Diego. We were at a marketing conference. And I asked him, his name's Brandon Serpa, brilliant marketer, young buck, 26, 27 years old, does fantastic work, makes a lot of money because he's successful for his clients because he's figured out AI. I said, Brandon, sometime can we shoot the breeze about AI? He always wants to take me to breakfast, lunch, dinner and pick my brain. I've made millions and owned a lot of businesses. And I said, well, let me reverse it and how do I start on AI? Where do I start? It's exhausting, it's intimidating, it's scary and all that. He goes, okay, what do you want to do? I said, I want to write 20 free reports for real estate agents right now, my clients, on the hot topics in real estate. He goes, okay, hold on. He pulls open his phone, opens up his Chat GPT or whatever. I want to put the 20 top, reports on real estate, and he just talks it right into his phone. And I'm looking at him like he's an alien. And all of a sudden it starts typing up on his phone.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And he says, what else? I said, what do you mean, what else? And he says, well, do you want it to be matter of fact, or you want it to be short and sweet, or this and this and this? And I don't remember what he said into his phone, but it was basically further commands, right?
Yeah.
And then he did it 1 or 2 more times, and then he showed it to me. I could have peed my pants right there. He did that would have taken me years to do.
Right.
He did it in about a minute or 2 minutes. And I was blown away. And I said, okay, so it's all about the input. So they call that technically what, commands or
prompts.
Prompts.
Those are called prompts.
Prompts, correct. So I don't want to eat up your interview. I'm just, as a layman, which I
Yeah.
think a lot of people that watch this are going to be more like me than like you. And just like, where do I start? So the prompts are the key. But how do you know what to prompt?
Well, prompts are key, but here's the thing. What I would do, like you did with him, if you're talking to somebody who's going to create these for you,
Okay.
these reports, what would you share with them? What are those things? Just talk into your phone. It's on your phone. There's a little microphone, like symbol there, that you just press that and you can have a conversation. And the other thing you can do is say, this is what I'm creating. Ask me questions. Interview me until you get what you need to create this at a very high level.
Unbelievable.
You know, like an expert marketer would create, or whatever expertise you want to act as if you're being this person, and this is what I want you to create. But having that conversation, it's as easy as opening your phone and having a conversation. I want to do this, guide me. Teach me how to do this, or show me.
And so do you talk that into your phone and then hit enter and then it goes to work and then you reprompt it? I don't even know the process.
No, the new on your, they have, if you click that microphone, you're actually having a conversation.
Wow.
So you respond. Sometimes it jumps in and it'll interrupt me, and I'm like, wait till I'm done. And it'll, okay. And you can even pick the voice you want. I mean, it's really wild.
Wow, yeah.
And you say, okay, and just, if I'm not sure what I'm doing, can you ask me questions? Interview me. And then it'll ask you a question. It's a voice. It sounds somewhat human, not totally robotic.
Yeah.
And then you answer that, and you go into a conversation as if you're working with somebody who has that expertise.
Wow. So it can save you hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, millions of hours, but you have to know how to talk to it. It's kind of like a spouse, right? A husband or wife or what have you. You need to learn how to communicate with each other, or things not going to be great. But if you learn how to communicate, your relationship can be amazing. Is that fair to say?
It is, except in a relationship, there's judgment, there's blocks, there's limiting beliefs that get in the way when you're having a conversation. This doesn't happen.
Wow.
With that. You can say, are you getting what I want? Repeat, what you think I'm wanting. Is this what I want? And go back and forth until you get it to a point where you really want it. I've had hour-long conversations with it to get out of it. No, let's tweak this. Let's tweak this. And it's extraordinary the way you can have those conversations. And the more you do that, the more you're in there playing with it, just talking, it learns who you are.
Wow.
It learns idiosyncrasies, it learns your voice patterns, it learns your language, the neurolinguistics, your values. If you do this for a couple days and say, okay, can you tell me my values? It will give you, it's very perceptive, it can go deeper and learn who you are.
Well, here's the great news. I'm going to be a client of yours, so I want to talk about that here in a minute, about how we reach out to you, how we sign up for your classes. Do we go in person? Are we online? And just get me started. I've got my iPhone, I think 15X Max Plus or whatever, and I know some people have Android, some people are Apple people, some people are everywhere in between, or their iPad or whatever. So I want to know how to do that in a moment here, how to sign up for your classes, where to go. And I personally, I might be a little bit biased, I think everybody's got to learn AI. It's not going away. It's only going to go exponential, like stratosphere exponential. So I don't care if you're 2 or you're 100. You got to get on board at some point. It's going to leave you behind.
It really will leave you behind, and you're missing out. I've had people, I'm afraid of it, or it's robotic. Again, that's your mirror, and you get to really look at those things to see that, because you will be left behind. And like with the computer age, this is the next computer age. Yeah. So my brand is Soul Infused AI.
Soul Infused AI. Is that how they can find you on Instagram?
Yes, on Instagram. I'm just changing things over. My website will be up in a couple days.
Okay.
I'm coming up with a 8-week course on how Soul Infused Mastery. So how you can create AI that truly is your higher consciousness, where you are having it's really something that is taking you to your vision, and where your brand will be at the highest, a very high conscious level for your
amazing.
business.
So can we find you at Soul Infused AI right now on Instagram or website, or what's the best way to contact you?
The best way to contact me right now is probably.
Are you comfortable with a cell phone, or is that something you want to hold off on?
Yeah, my cell phone. You can text me on my cell phone. My number is 602-326-5929.
Okay.
And while I'm getting everything up and running, that would be a perfect way for us to connect and get going.
That's perfect. So if someone texts you or leaves you a voicemail, that'd be perfect, and they can get on the wait list right behind me. Would you give that cell phone number again? Are you okay with that?
I would. 602-326-5929.
Beautiful. I can't wait. I'm the first class member. You remember that. I'm
love
class member number 1. I'll pay whatever price it is, and I'm in. I'll probably drag my son along because he loves it, and get everybody, because I'm not a fearful guy. I'm not a scarcity guy. I'm an abundance guy. But I think whether you're a fearful person or an abundance person, I don't care, both ends, you've got to learn AI and learn it. Do the cheat code. You learn from somebody like you to bridge the gap between us and AI, right? I need a guide, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think so many of us do. And if you're in that fear, you're missing out so much. Reach out, because I absolutely love and I want to share my passion.
Beautiful. It's an honor having you on. I know you're extremely intelligent, and you're doing this and you're saving the rest of us.
I love that. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out.